Okay, what's good, guys? Today I'm gonna be playing Blue City 6, and you're gonna hear me yap about why ThinkPads are actually the goat of laptops. Like objectively, they are literally just the best laptop. I think not the best laptop, but I mean, if you want to actually use your laptop like for utility and not just for aesthetics, uh, yeah, no, I think ThinkPads are the way to go. So why do I think they're so good? Well, first of all, they literally cannot break, bro. Uh, so recently I bought an L470 for about 6,000 Indian rupees, which is like I think like $60 roundish. That I don't know, but I bought it, right, and I was expecting some things to not work, but ThinkPads, they come with this diagnostic tool and it just worked. Like everything worked. I'm not even kidding. Wait, I'm gonna reduce the music a little bit. But I think literally everything worked when I fired up the ThinkPad and I tested it all. And that too, I bought from this really goated used computer repair, not repair, but like more like hoarder. I don't know how to explain it. Oh fuck. Shit. Yeah, let me just get rid of that. But I got from this really goated like used computer company. Really good. I can't say their name because they're technically related to my mom's office, and if I kind of said that, then people would be asking them for stuff, but I don't think they're allowed to give stuff. But I mean, you could find good ThinkPads for pretty cheap. I don't think you need that. I just prefer to go there physically. But yeah, so an L470, right, with an i5 7200U and 12 gigabytes of RAM, which I later upgraded to 16, but more on that later. Uh, yeah, and I gotta say, it comes with a 1 terabyte hard drive, which originally I thought was pretty slow. It was, but now here's a revelation, right? You don't have to use Windows. Use Windows as use Linux, possibly one of the best alternatives. I'm not gonna be vague and just say use Linux. I'm gonna tell you what distros to use. If you're a beginner, just use Linux Mint. I think, fuck. I don't know how to do that, but I guess we could just go for perishing potions. Oh well. Uh, but what I'm saying is that if you're a complete beginner to Linux, or just did not like Windows, or your old hardware is dead because of Windows thinking that your hardware is not capable of running a very shitty operating system with a bunch of ads and bloatware. Yes, that's also something I'm going to talk about, but more on that later. Again, uh, I'd say go for Linux Mint or Ubuntu. You really can't go wrong with those two. I mean, yo, like I genuinely think those distros are easier to use than Windows. Like, okay, sure, you might have to do a little bit of googling, but have you never had to Google a Windows issue or something like that, where something just randomly breaks because I don't know, Windows like steal your data or something like that? You know, have you never had to do that? And be completely honest with me, okay? Uh, I think if you're more intermediate, I think you should go for something like Fedora or Fedora or any Manjaro distribution. Try out different window managers. I think that's the best thing you can do. Just to define, a window manager is like the GUI, the graphical interface of how you interact. For example, uh, you got XFC, which is like very bare bones, very stripped down to like keep system usage low. It's great for low end hardware. You've got KDE, amazing for customization. Uh, what else? You've got GNOME, which is the most like animated. It's not too animated. It's not like complete slop, but it's animated, all right. Much more than XFC or KDE. At least out of the box. Again, you can change anything you want, but out of the box, you should explore more window managers. I think you shouldn't. Don't stick to one. Okay, if you're not experimenting with it, if you just generally just want to get rid of Windows, then I'd say just go with Linux Mint or Ubuntu. You can't really go wrong with it, because if you're trying to use it, actually daily drive it and not just experiment. Which again, I want to do that, but my school, yeah, you need some assess prep stuff that really does not have any support for Linux. Because believe me, I would switch my computer Linux right now if this software worked and there was that bullshit tracking software. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing really likes your privacy anymore. They don't really like keeping your privacy. Like, which again, another thing with Linux, privacy is guaranteed. Like, you can't. Uh, I don't know. I've never seen that Linux has less privacy than Windows, because Windows they love to steal your data, and then you've got your company's school or whatever that also puts bloatware on your system. Like, if you have you guys ever heard of Sophos? It's pretty bad. But yeah, Sophos is basically just like one of those pieces of garbage corporate bloatware that they put to like track you and make sure you're not downloading any games or doing any fun like that. I bypassed it. Don't worry about that. That's how I'm running this. But if I could switch this to Linux right now, I probably would. Not probably. I definitely would. I don't know why. Because I think the only downside of Linux is that you can't run like multiplayer games with anti-cheat. So I think you Valorant, Fortnite, but I ask you, if you're playing Valorant from my bad, Valorant in the Big 26, bro, grow up, bro. Stop being such a fanboy. Actually, bro. Because you can run any games launched in Linux. Just usually to find like the right thing. I mean, Steam obviously works. For Epic Games, GOG, you've got Lutris, which is amazing, and I think Blizzard also works on that. I don't know, but if you need a piece of Windows software, it'll work. Except for Adobe. Adobe is one thing you're definitely sacrificing. But I mean, you've got DaVinci Resolve and GIMP, so who needs Adobe, bro? And yeah, if you are someone who works on After Effects a lot, I mean, you could definitely find some alternative software if you look hard enough. It's not like, bro, it's not about the work suite. It's about how that you're lazy to look for alternative software that is free. Because I don't think paying for software is a good thing. Like, it's an app. Why should I pay for that? I pirate a lot of software, if you can tell. Pirate as in borrow. I don't do anything illegal, right? Wink, wink. I don't do. I borrow it from my friends. I borrow software. Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, buying software is pretty. It's a big waste of time, bro. I can't lie. So okay. So now let me tell you the advantages of running Linux or ThinkPad. Now you've got your ThinkPad. Uh, for a buyer's guide, if you're trying to use a daily driver laptop that you need power in, get a T or X series. I own two ThinkPads. I own an X220, like a really old X series, but it's still very high quality. It still works. The battery's gone. The CMOS battery's gone. Both of those batteries are gone, but it still functions and it's good. So I don't know, like, what else do you need? Uh, and if you're trying to go for that, I'd say go for an X or T series. A P series, if you can't find one, if you need to use a GPU, those have like the mobile NVIDIA GPUs, which is amazing. I'm on the hunt for a P series ThinkPad. I think even like an older one would be great because I just want to find one with a dedicated GPU. Uh, if you're trying to go for something that's like simple, like you don't need too much power, go for an L series. Again, I got an L series ThinkPad. Not definitely not my first choice, but it works surprisingly well. Even with an HDD, it works well. On my ThinkPad, I've got Archcraft installed. Archcraft is basically like an easier Arch, you can call it. Yeah, I tried to install Arch, okay, and it did not work. Yo, I have actually, but let me just tell you the value proposition. I bought the ThinkPad for 6,000 rupees or $60, whatever you're gonna call it. You bloody American. And I got Windows 11 Pro on it. Yeah, I'm not even joking. Windows 11 Pro, 1 terabyte hard drive, 12 gigs of RAM, which I could again. I just upgraded to 16 gigs. I had an 8 gig stick in an older laptop. Well, not it's not older. It just I don't use it as much, so I decided to just replace it. And yeah, I got, and that's 1 terabyte of storage, one terabyte, 16 gigs, and i5 7200U, which granted is not the best processor. It's a 2-core 4-thread, but it's certainly very energy efficient, I think. So if you love energy efficiency and you just need something that can last you a long time, then look no further, bro. Just go for an L series. But if you really need like the longest battery life possible, not power efficient, but the longest battery life, they mean two separate things. Uh, go for a ThinkPad that has an internal battery and an external battery. Basically, there's ThinkPads that can run two batteries at once. It's a dual battery config. If you can find one of those, I'd say definitely go for one. That's also another thing I want to look for. I think it's in the T or X series. They run these dual batteries. So if I can ever find a dual battery, I would be very ecstatic. I can't lie. I absolutely love the idea of dual battery because two batteries, bro. Come on. That's even if both of them are degraded like halfway, you still get one full battery. So that's a win-win, bro. Okay, let me try to place this Desperado. No, I don't think I have space. Yeah. Okay. No. I don't know what am I even farming for. I don't really know. And these many farms enough. I think I should get a master bomber. But okay, sidetracked. What I'm saying is that if you can get one with a dual battery, it'll probably change your life. I haven't tried it, but I've heard from people who use dual battery ThinkPads that it is insane. It has insane battery life. But yeah, no. If you want the cheapest thing, I'd say go for an L series. But if you want the most compatibility, I'd say don't go for something that's like pre 2015. I have an X220, which is a 2011 release laptop, but again, I didn't buy it. That was just a company laptop my mom got like a long time ago. And again, it still functions. Hey, I love it. But if you actually want to use it as a daily driver, I would not suggest it at all. Because the older architecture of the CPU just does not work, bro, with most stuff. It doesn't have the Vulkan graphics API for one. So if you're planning on playing any games or doing any rendering tasks with that, yeah, no, you're out of luck, gang. Uh, it's got a laser cannon. Okay, so I'd say go for something 2015 and above. I think 2015 to 2018 is your sweet spot. I think the last great ThinkPad, again, I think everybody can agree on this. The last great ThinkPad is the T480. The last like truly modular and uh, I guess power user friendly one, because yeah, ThinkPads have pretty much started to go to shit. They pretty much become your commercial laptops, the slim whatever bullshit. Because this trying to become MacBooks, but they're not MacBooks. They're losing the brand of ThinkPads. Because ThinkPads are meant to be utilitarian, right? I think I stated this, but they're meant to be utilitarian. They're meant to be strong. They're not meant to be light, flexible, or whatever, bro. They're meant to be functional and repairable. Repairability is the most important thing, and durable. So yeah. Uh, but yeah, in conclusion, please install Linux. At least if you don't want to get ThinkPad, at least if you have an already existing laptop, I'm promising you, Linux is not hard at all. That might have been the notion like 10 or so, like a decade or so ago, but now it's really easy, bro. Just plug in an ISO and just boot it up, bro. It's not that hard. So yeah, as we ending up my talk, let's just see if we can beat round 80 here. But I hope you enjoyed my rant on why ThinkPads are simply the GOAT and why Linux is the best operating system. If you could find the distro that suits you, again, I've already set my choices. Uh, but yeah, if you can find a distro that suits you, you can find a good ThinkPad that fits your needs. It's much cheaper than, like buying a new laptop. Because again, I got that for $60, and the laptop I'm using right now, cost about $550 to $600 in that currency, in the American dollar currency. Uh, but I genuinely think I could use that ThinkPad L470 as my school laptop. I'm not going to, but I could, which is the beauty of it. So yeah, guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed my insane rant on this. Let me know if you want to see more videos. Let me know if you want to see more BTD6. I'm a retired sweat. Yeah, I think I played a little bit too much with this game, and oops, I did not mean to open that. Yeah, just close that. And anyways, until next time, bye. I love you all.